scene 5 alpha, take 1, soft sticks, mark.
Soft sticks.
Yeah, soft sticks, so that way, like, since it's right in front of your face, so I'm not like just bam, right in front of your face.
I grew up in a pretty much middle-class family. Both of my parents were from Mexico, so I was very, I would say, blessed for the kind of family that I had, because usually when you come from Mexico, you don't always have a lot of opportunities available to you, but they made do with what they had, and they actually provided a really comfortable, like childhood for me. As long as I can remember, I had always told myself I was gonna be a singer. I never doubted that it was gonna happen. I never was like, it's never gonna happen. I knew it was gonna happen. I just didn't know what it was gonna look like, and I didn't know when it was gonna happen. I just kind of took it as just keep writing, keep creating, and I think in 2018 was when, no, 2017, the end of 2017 is when I said, I'm gonna go at this really hard, and I'm gonna fully invest in myself, and I'm gonna stop waiting for everyone else to give me the green light on when to, put out projects. And what I did was I pretty much just gathered my own producers, found great, beats to write to, and I just put it out there. I was so nervous. I was so nervous because I was like, if they hate it, like they're never gonna pay attention to me ever again. Growing up, for sure, my musical inspirations always had to be songwriters. So Babyface was a really big musical inspiration to me because he wrote for so many amazing female artists like Toni Braxton, Mariah Carey. And then as far as like female artists, of course I love like Shakira, and I love, our reggaeton artists like Daddy Yankee and, J Balvin. Like I'm very heavily influenced by so many different genres. So we're in Deep Ellum, which is a small area inside of downtown Dallas that pretty much houses everything that has to do with music, live music, culture, good food. And I think in the past 4 or 3 years, it's really blossomed into this new developed city. Prior to what it is now, I mean, it always housed great acts, great bands such as Nirvana have been here in the trees, but it kind of went through a small dry spell during the time of the recession. And then it blossomed into what it is now. You can find some music venues still, but a lot of it is overdeveloped, and a lot of it is now food and other interesting parts of Dallas. There's so many venues that are in Dallas that I want to be able to say that I've done, but of course I want to be able to do it on my terms and hopefully be a bigger artist and have other artists opening up for me. But we are always, like, as an artist, you just always want to hop on any opportunity that you get. I think any opportunity that you see in performing live in Deep Ellum, just take it. You're gonna get your smaller venues that are, maybe coffee house, and then you're gonna hopefully, like I said, get into trees. And my number one favorite thing to get from people is, I didn't think you were gonna be that good. I kind of look at them now like, I know, because I think the more and more you go and you perform in front of people that have I call them cold rooms, because they don't know who you are. You're nobody. They don't actually come out to see you. They usually come out to see the headliner, and the majority of the time I'm not the headliner. So they just see some girl up there who wants to pursue music, and they just assume it's gonna be really bad. And when it's not bad is when they become the fan, because they're like, that is not what I expected. Great, how are you? Are you an artist? Oh, what's your name? Oh, I'm an artist too. We're doing a documentary. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Where you from?
From Dallas. As an artist, you just work and you hustle. There's so many people that are here as photographers, as dancers, as, singers, rappers, everything that has to do with being creative is in Deep Ellum. And he just reminded me about how you just hustle to make sure people see you, and you get out there. Whenever I would have a show, I would just be out here selling tickets. Like if I knew I was gonna be at the current club, I would be out here like selling tickets nonstop. If I had 50 tickets, those 50 tickets would be sold by the end of the night, like no doubt. I would never ever in my life think that I'm too big to be out here asking people to listen to my music.
Really?
I could have 20,000 followers, I could have 100,000 streams on Spotify. I always wanna make sure that I am grounded and you can, you know, I'm tangible. Like I'm tangible in the retrospect that you can see me like I'm a real person. But I'm honestly the exact same person.
Okay. You're the exact same person like on the stage and off the stage?
Yes, I'm the exact, I mean, I might go 100 times harder as an artist on stage, but I am the same person as an artist and as like a mother. I always wanted them to listen to the music first. I always wanted them to not be distracted by anything else that was going on. But I'm so very blessed to be able to say that I'm doing these things. A lot of people don't get to do that. The crazy thing with me was I took the opportunity to not fully pursue my degree, which at the time I was like, this could end really badly if you don't go to college. But I went ahead and went into the workforce and just started working, and I did a lot of customer service jobs, call center jobs, and it helped me kind of, I guess it gave me time. It gave me the time that I needed to not be stressed with taking on a workload and still work on music. This isn't all you have to do with your life. Like, you don't wake up every day and go sit in traffic and go work for other people. Every morning was always like, this is a really cool song. Every night was always like, I wish I could record this song. So if it's not the thing that you wake up thinking about, it's not what you're supposed to do with your life. The first album, La Chismosa, had 4 songs that I wrote whenever I was a new mom for 3 months. So Gabriel was about 3-4 months old, and I wrote a majority of that album during that time, and also the songs prior to that were written before I'd ever became a mother. So it was a good way for me to just put the project out there and to see how much I've grown as a person. When I put that project together, I realized every song that was on there, it was a real story. Every single song on there was a story. And I figured, if anybody's gonna like tell my story, I want it to be me. I wanna gossip about myself. And I made it La Chismosa. So The Girls, I recorded in November of 2019. And I remember when I recorded it, I told myself, this song is going to be my hit of 2020. Even though I didn't know it was gonna happen in 2020, I still was like, this is gonna be the song. I recorded the music video, we released it, we did it in December of 2019. We released it in January of 2020. And I was right, even though COVID happened the way that it did, it still put me on another level of being an artist, like locally and internationally. Like, it was a song that paved the way for me. I think creatively, it really showcased me more as a hip hop artist. And then, you know, Smile, the Smile song was inspiration about my love that I have for my husband and for my kids. The Smile music video was one of those things that I knew how I wanted it to look. Like, in my mind, I envisioned, you know, just a good, wholesome music video. And whenever I had to put this together during COVID and during the Black Lives Matter, you know, marches, it was a little bit difficult, but I knew it was a song that needed to be heard. One of the obstacles that I faced for sure was being an independent female artist, not having representation. And so when you don't play the game, it makes it hard for you because it's gonna be a lot slower. It's always been pretty much the same for me. I create a melody in my head, I start singing it, I'll sing it throughout the whole day. I'll record it on my voice notes in my iPhone, I'll write it on my book, and then I'll send that to my producer. And then we create a song from there. My first song that I actually recorded that's not out there on the platforms anymore was called, I think, Breakdown. And it was really just about a girl who was saying that after a hard relationship, she wasn't gonna break down, and she was talking about how strong she was. And honestly, I can't remember the lyrics. So I came out with Box of Secrets, which I think is the song that established me as like an artist in Dallas. Box of Secrets was probably the most rewarding songs for me as a younger artist, because it was my songwriting and my storytelling that I think captivated my fans. And it was the production that Dustin and Abel Zamora did at that time was just like, it just put you in a trance. Like, it still makes people feel a certain way to this day. And it created a fan base for me in other cities, and a lot of like middle school kids and elementary school kids, which was really weird because I was like, this is a really sad song, y'all. Like, don't be sad. But I've had really like heartwarming fan moments. I've had fans that have come from other cities to see me, and the things that they tell me, or that they'll tag me on Instagram and show me, like, I'm wearing my hair like Sonia today, or I bought shoes like Sonia today, and that's just super like crazy because I'm just like, I'm an actual artist. So the cool thing I think about being who I am, and like this documentary, is like, not a lot of people know that I'm married and I have kids. If you didn't have a family, this would have been so much easier. But I don't think like that too long, because the reality is that's not my reality. And I think that the best that I'm doing right now is the best that I can do. You have to already know who you are. You have to know who you are and who you want the world to see you as, because if you try to be somebody that you're not, and you try to keep up that act, you're gonna be stuck like that. And then it's more work to try to get people to really enjoy the real you. I think being as real and as honest as possible is the best thing that you can do. The second thing is the budget. You can find cool people to work with. You can maybe get your friend to do a beat for you for free, but we're gonna be able to hear how much money you put into your production. And some people are lucky and have really talented friends that won't charge them. But a majority of us, you have to pay for marketing, you have to pay for music videos, you have to pay for traveling expenses. So for sure, work that job, work that full-time job, and build your little empire of what you want to be as an artist.